does Christmas mean to me? I hope that thought brings to mind memories like it does mine. Driving my old truck down the road, late at night, seeing snowflakes falling. Maybe a distant farmhouse with a couple of red barns all covered with beautiful Christmas lights. A Christmas song playing on the local radio station. On my way to go coon hunting. Another calm, cold, silent winter night. Being able to see every star in the sky. Returning home after a long night to a nice warm house, full of Christmas decorations and a loving family. Most people nowadays wouldn't get that. What that truly means. There's a lot of people who think they're rich. I don't have a lot of money, and I never have, but I feel like I've been rich my whole life. I've experienced more on nights like tonight than most will know in a lifetime. Great memories with loving parents, family, friends, and something we all know, the love between a man and his dog. Owning hunting dogs is different than just having a pet. He loves you with every fiber of his being and is able to fully express his love doing what he genetically loves, the pursuit of tree and game. For many years, dogs were used to keep us fed, clothed, and even pay the bills. They are loyal, loving, and they just want to keep you safe and happy. Nowadays, it's a little different for us, but it's still the same for the dogs. It's all they've ever known, an unwavering love for us, to protect and provide for their family. So I'll continue this way of life, out of respect for those who came before me. I will get up in the dead of night, in the bitter cold, and leave my family and go out and go take my dogs to the woods, because that's what they want to do and that's what they live to do. As a thank you gift for the generations that have done this before me, and for a loving appreciation for these dogs, and for a loving appreciation for the mentors out there who take the time to get all the youth involved. So as coon hunters and as houndsmen, we thank our families, our friends, those with 2 feet, and also those with paws and a cold, wet nose. Our tradition will continue through many generations from now, simply because of the love shared between a man and his hounds. Throughout this video, you'll see interviews with some very influential men from my life, hear some wonderful stories, and get some great advice. You get to see world champion coonhounds and some of their pups. And at the end, I'll leave the older generations a gift. I thank you for all their hard work, all of those sleepless nights, all the money spent, and the dedication to these hounds. I want to wish you all Merry Christmas, and thank you all for making this possible.
Set me up, and she was good.
Used to be out.
So, when did you start coon hunting?
When I was 14.
How'd you get into it?
An old neighbor we farmed for had a coon dog, and he invited me and my brother to go along with him. They would tree a coon. It wasn't much of a dog, but they'd tree a coon. You know, it was a ball-mouthed tree dog, hunted about 50 feet. You know, but we were just kids, and we thought it was really neat.
What was it? Like what breed?
It looked like a walker, but it was a great dog.
Yeah.
And back then, it was about all great dogs, really.
So what was the first dog that you had?
The very first dog I had was a plot dog that was worthless. I gave $20 for him, and he wasn't worth 20 cents. So, you know, I didn't know. I was a kid, you know.
So where'd you go after? Like, what? Did you go right to black and tans from there, or what?
No, I had a real good Bluetick. He treated a lot of coons. I think he had some bird dog in him.
Yeah.
Just the way he looked. But he had a good ball mouth, good tree dog. He kind of learned me what a coon dog ought to do.
Yeah.
And then I hunted walkers for quite a few years. I went to black and tans probably 30, 40 years ago, something like that.
Did you start just pleasure hunting then, for the most part? When did you competition?
For the most part, I did take that old Bluetick to a couple competition hunts back in the day when there'd be 100 grade dogs there and 10 registered. And he won his cast every time, but I never made him a night champion because he was like 7 or 8 years old when I took him to one. And then I didn't hunt for a while in the hunts. I had one walker dog. I made a night champion. Somebody talked me out of him and I sold him. And then I was out of it for a while, and then I got a black dog back. I wish I'd have looked it up before I came. It has to be 35 years ago. I really liked, and I made him a grand night at 17 months old. And he won some pretty big hunts. They used to have a hunt over here in Indiana. They called it the Battle of the Breeds.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they'd have 200 dogs or more.
Yeah.
And he won that one year.
Oh, really?
I did real good at black and tan pigs a couple times. He never won king of the hunt, but he won his division at least, you know. In fact, I didn't even hunt him at the Battle of the Breeds. I had something going on. A guy that just passed away, I don't know, did you know Gary Bendeley?
I've heard of him, yeah.
He had a female that me and him would draw each other all the time, and she was a walker. And I beat him, he beat me. She was a nice dog. And he called me up and he said, "You going to the Battle of Breeds?" And I said, "No, I can't go." He said, "Can I hunt your dog?" I said, "Sure." He won the whole thing. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. It worked out good, though.
But then I had quite a few night champions and grand nights. I had the best dog I ever had in the black dogs, his name was Gun. And that's the one I'm talking about, won Battle of Breeds and won a lot of pretty big hunts. But he was a coon dog. You could take him out in the snow and he'd treat coon. He was really nice. But I had 2 or 3 I really liked that made night champion or grand night too, that were just coon dogs too, you know. I'd go to like a black and tan sectional and I'd run into these guys as show dogs. And I'd show just because more donation.
Right.
And I made some of my grand show, but I'd say, well, you win the show, I'll win the hunt.
If you can narrow it down to a few or one, what's some of your favorite memories coon hunting?
Jeez, I don't know. I can tell you one of the stupidest ones.
Go for it.
My brother and I was hunting and it got real foggy. I mean, real foggy. You could see about 5 feet with your hunting light on.
Yeah.
And we were in the woods and we hunted a lot of times. We kept hearing this weird noise in the distance. We didn't know what the hell it was. So I said, let's go see what that is. Because we thought it was down in the timber by the creek, but we turned around in this fog and didn't know it.
Yeah.
And we start slipping up on this weird sounding noise, and we get up there quite a ways, and you could just faintly see a light blinking once in a while. And we're looking, and, you know, we're pretty young at the time. What the heck is that? You know?
Yeah.
And we kept sneaking up on it. Well, when we got close enough to know what we was looking at, we was looking at a neighbor's Christmas tree, and they was playing Christmas music inside the house. We thought we was sneaking up on a UFO, I guess. But,
Yeah.
you know.
That's probably pretty funny.
It was. We're standing in somebody's yard. It was pretty embarrassing. You
Yeah,
know?
well.
It was funny, though.
That's pretty funny. Do you have any advice for any like new people getting into coon hunting or kids coming up?
I'd like to see a lot more of that. Kids getting into it, but it doesn't seem to turn too many on. They like their laptops and their cell phones.
Yeah.
But you know, if they're going to do it, go with somebody older that won't give them a hard time. Show them some of the ropes. And, if you're going to get a dog. I don't recommend a kid getting a puppy, although it does work out sometimes. But if you're a kid, you're better off to get one the dog knows what it's doing, so he can teach you.
Yeah.
Sort of like the old Bluetick taught me.
Yeah.
You know, he taught me what a coon dog should do. I didn't know. I mean, treat a coon now and then, I was happy.
Yeah.
You know?
That's really good advice.
When a kid gets a pup, a lot of times they expect so much and then get nothing, and then they're done. You know?
Yeah.
But I guess it's up to the person. But
Yeah.
I recommend them getting a dog that knows what it's doing, so they can learn from the dog.
Yeah. And their first impression of it then is fun. It's not
it's
frustration.
a good experience
Yeah.
instead of a bad one.
Right. Good. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, I just still enjoy it. I don't hunt like I used to.
Yeah.
I used to, of course, I was working. And I'd hunt till 2 in the morning, get up at 5 and work, hunt till 2 in the morning. Now, you know, getting a little age, a lot of age. You know, I'm home by 9:30, 10 o'clock every night, and I don't work. You know?
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed black and tan days. I've always just had a really good time there. And, you know, I'm a master hounds, bench show judge, have been for 40 years, I guess. And I do enjoy I did some of the bigger shows like Bluetick days, you know, and black and tan days, walker days is either master hounds or bench show judge, either or whatever. And I've always enjoyed that. It seemed like the black and tan hunters were more, I don't know, cordial, easier to get along with, more of a family atmosphere.
Yeah.
And I'm just, you know, that's just the way I found it. I'm sure the other breeds have their good things too.
So when did you start coon hunting?
That's a hard question. I wasn't old enough to drive, probably about 14.
Yeah, that's what Ross
Ross was
said.
probably about 16.
Is that who you started with?
Yeah, me and him.
So
The old neighbor down the road got us going, you know. He was in his 80s, he got an old dog hound around with back in, you know. And boy, we thought that was all right. So we got a dog, started hunting, carrying over head and a little lantern.
yeah.
We walked from the house basically and just hunted them woods around us.
Yeah. What was the first dog that you had?
Mounted to something.
Yeah, just in the very first dog you had.
Had a lot of dogs. Earlier years, you know, you just had something they gave you.
Yeah.
I had the one that had a little red tip female. She'd track around and halfway's tree. And we'd be right on her and she'd leave.
Yeah.
I remember that was the first dog that I did get a few coon with. And the best one, we and him put our money together and ordered a dog from Art Loman. And we lived in Muskogee Heights, Illinois. And he shipped him into Fort Wayne. My mom and I don't know where else was working, went and picked that dog up. He was in an old crate, wood crate, you know. And I looked at that thing and I'm like, oh man, he got broke down feet. He looked like a Bluetick, but he looked colored more like a bird dog. All right? And his feet were horrible. I mean, he'd had rickets. But he could still. Oh man, I said, Mom. We took him home, and 2 nights after we got him home, we took that old dog out, you know. And even Dad said, I don't know if he can even walk or hunt. He plodded off there and struck a coon. He had a really nice hound mouth, ball on track. He tracked off through that woods right down there by Roy Ross's house is now, a little bit around the corner. All of a sudden he just, like that, and went treed. We were running, probably falling over each other. Get there, he was standing there, but he didn't get on the tree a lot. He just watched you come in. He'd have his butt kind of against the tree, and he'd bark at you as you come. And we looked up and he had a coon, and that started us. So that old dog was a coon. I don't care if it was dry or it was cold.
Yeah.
He was a coon dog. He had probably. Today people wouldn't like him. He hounded and tracked maybe too much for them, but he'd get you under some coon. We realized, you know, wow, this is what it's about.
Yeah. When did you switch to red dogs?
Not that long ago. I had walker dogs for a long time.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. When me and your dad and them hunted, I had walkers, all breeds, mostly a walker.
Yeah.
You know, had some pretty good bred ones. That old still dog, that old dog, you know, he was that world champion sailor boy. You know, he treated a ton of coon.
Yeah.
He was 3/4 still on track. But that didn't bother me then. I wanted to shoot. I was hunting coon.
Yeah.
You know, he's a locator and a tree dog. And he started me out like, man, he could load you down with coon. And then I got, you know, that Panther dog, he was out of Mears dog. He was open, and he bawled and squalled around. You'd think he was just a total fool, and it was just like that. He'd roll up on a tree and have a coon. And I had several other ones, pretty good females, you know, down through the years. I got to hunting more females than males.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't have the ouchiness on trees and stuff with them. I don't know when it was. I got a couple of red dogs. I just decided to try it, you know. I mean, I wasn't a big breed. And I just got fortunate enough to get involved with Bill Davis from Tennessee. You know, I bought a couple of dogs, Walker dogs. You know, one I lost up in Coon was Tyler.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
She floated down to the ditch, got a big rain. And that was a nice little female. Well, I said, I'd like to try a red dog. He called me. I think I got one. I met him down in southern Indiana. And I was that first little female. And she was a pretty nice dog. So I could catch coon with her and not be too embarrassed.
Yeah.
So then I just started, fooled around. And nowadays, they're like hen's teeth to find one.
You pleasure hunt for the most part? Do any
Yeah,
competition hunting?
We did. You know, I did. I didn't a lot myself, but when Ross, when he was, you know, he got out of work, you know, he retired kind of early because he had all them years in UPS. So
Yeah.
we made that gun dog a grand and then that buzz dog a night. The buzz got kind of in hell health and then we couldn't push him anymore. So we were hunting probably 5, 6 or more years. They were pretty good in the circuit. But he showed to his dogs. I never hunted too much of my own.
Yeah. If you can narrow it down to one or a few, what are some of your favorite memories hunting?
There'd be a lot of them with your dad and Charlie Clayton. Oh my God. I mean, you know, you go home with your guts hurt and you laugh so hard. I will never forget the one night that I just still laugh. We was hunting. Charlie had this young dog that didn't know nothing, okay? And it went off, and our dogs I think we had some dogs down in there working, and we standing right along the edge of the woods in the open, but there was some high grass right here. And his pup was in that grass, and we didn't know it. And he come up, and he cold nosed Charlie on the back of his hand, and Charlie screamed and swung, and your dad, you know, it was just like, I was trying to avoid the blows. I backed up, and I mean, I'd had to just sit down. I said, what the wrong with you guys? Damn pup, did you know he was there? I said, no. Oh my God. I mean, for a minute, you know how they...
Yeah, get going.
Oh my God, that was funny. That was one of those kids. Wow.
Do you have any advice for any kids getting into it or any new people getting involved?
I don't know. It's tough, but actually, you know, if you can get a good strain of dogs going, you know, we learned the hard way, all right? Like I said, we started out when we was pups, and we got dogs that give you dogs, jockey dogs from the pound, and you know how you're just feeding them. They don't amount to nothing, but we couldn't afford nothing. But we worked on the farms and this and that, had cows and hogs our own when we was growing up. That's how we pooled enough money to buy that dog from Loman. You know, and at the time, my dad had a fit. I think we paid like $300.
Yeah.
And he wasn't a pup. I'd say he was 6, 7 years old. But, you know, all of a sudden, your light goes on, you know, like, this dog will run a tree here. You know?
Yeah.
And like some of these breeds, you know, nowadays, you got to watch what you want. If you want a pleasure dog, kind of hard to find.
Yeah, it is.
There's a lot of competition dogs, and I like a competition dog. But if they're hunting too wide for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I try to stay away from them. if they're tree dogs, I'll get to them, but I'd rather tree closer.
Right.
Like the dog I got now, he just wheel around. I got him on that tone button. I just hit that tone button, and he'll come right back a sliding. Man, that's good. So, you know, but I give him advice is just got to stay at it.
Yeah. Don't give up.
Don't give up, yeah, because we could have a lot of times like, oh my God, you know, we had $25, $50 in this dog, you know, and it wouldn't even chase a rabbit.
Yeah.
So you go and you get another one, you know, and the pups, it's a tough route to go. Take a pup and start it up.
Yeah.
Did a lot of that, a lot of it. I don't know anymore, I could hardly do that, but back then, you know, I'd have 3 or 4 pups, and right across with, you know, and we'd try to start this. Spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
And nowadays, with what they want for these prices of these pups, I don't know how some of these guys can afford them.
I can't.
You know, a lot of guys back then would have a big litter. Man, I got 2 or 3 left. You know, $25, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
And so we'd get one, you know. But you pay $500, $600, $700, $800 for an 8-week-old pup.
Yeah.
That runs into big money, and I would hate to start it now.
And that's why another reason why started dogs are so expensive, because puppies are $800.
Yeah.
So if you get them started, it's
And I
going to
ain't
be.
guaranteeing they're going to make anything.
No.
It could be just as big a dud as that one someone give you.
Yeah.
And probably will be.
Yeah.
You know, you go through a lot of them.
Yeah.
So I hate to do that. I still like to hear a dog running through a coon. You know, and even though I can't hit it like I used to, I still like that.
Yeah.
Just to be in the woods. And or watch a young dog tree his first coon.
Yeah.
That's something. It's always been like, wow. Tree a coon. The young guys just get in it the best you can, and don't break your bank. You know, look for something. But all this high dollar stuff doesn't mean it's going to be great.
Yeah.
It won't be a lot of times, but some will, some won't. Don't spend your arm and leg. Get something and work with it. Consistency in breaking a young dog is the thing. Just keep going. And keep going. And train it the way you want it to. You want it to really hunt? If you don't. You know, get it broke. Consistency. And next time, you know, it'll finally, if it's got what you like, you might work it into a dog.
Yeah.
But you stay with it and stay consistent.
Is there anything else you want to add?
Really, I mean, I still, like I say, I really miss like the old guys, but I know like your dad, and we're getting that way. We just can't go out and hunt. You know, make a couple drops and we're pooped. And
Yeah.
something like that probably wouldn't even hunt.
That helps.
And the pleasure hunting, and we all know, is just, it's a thing of the past. Now everybody, you know, you go to these hunts are night hunters.
Yeah.
You know, and just like us, we always just hunted, and we hunted year round. It could be hotter than the Dickens or cold. Like your dad and I and Ross, Charlie Clay and them, we'd be hunting.
Yeah.
Didn't have to be a good night.
No.
Them kind of days are slipping a little bit.
Like I say, I end up just kind of, I'll be 78 next month.
Yeah.
And I can't do like I used to. Arthritis in my knees and all that kind of stuff. I've been out a couple times this week, and that's all I've been. I ain't got much dog power anymore. I got one dog. He trees a lot of slicks. You tree a coon, but I can't understand that constantly treeing slicks.
Yeah. That gets rough. When did you start coon hunting?
Basically, I didn't start when I was a kid. I started when I was 25 years old.
Oh, really?
An old boy there by the name of Henry Cravens got me started. And he ended up and got me started going like that, you know, and I got a pup from him there and traded him a pair of binoculars for that pup, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Then I ended up went ahead and got working that pup and going with him like that. Got it going a little bit, but it didn't turn out what I really wanted. And then we ended up we went down to Kenton that one fall. and I bought an old dog there. Her name was Mandy. She was black and tan, fur maybe, I don't know. Paid $150 for her, and I ended up. I think about the first year I had, I hunted in Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. I killed about 166 coons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
But I didn't watch much TV back then. Yeah. But the whole deal is, it just had a lot of. She was a good dog, you know, but she's pretty semi-silent, and she hunt too hard a lot of times, you know. I didn't have a Garmin back then.
Yeah.
So I just ended up. But that's basically the first dog I really had was worth anything, you know. Then I got into the Walker dogs. And then been with them ever since.
Yeah.
You know, and I know there's good dogs in all breeds. There is, but I just end up kind of. Well, I don't know. I can say I'm down to one dog now, and that's hard to believe. But I definitely end up. I don't hunt hard enough to train a dog anymore. The dog I got right now, he should have been a lot more farther advanced. I just didn't put a lot more time in him. Of course, my wife's got stage 4 cancer now, and kind of hang home a lot more than I used to.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's been a good sport. Met a lot of nice guys over the years, all over. Used to travel and go with my kids and go out there, Timothy Ball and all these other guys, and breeders and stuff like that. I'd take pictures of them, go hunting with them in the woods. He's in Oklahoma and different guys. I hunted over in South Carolina, North Carolina, hunted in Tennessee. Used to go up there with Frank Giddings, used to hunt up there. Went up there about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And just, but you know, a guy by the name of Leon Jones, he lived down in South Georgia. And when I used to go walking days, we used to end up, go around and take pictures of all these guys' dogs and all that stuff, like breeders and stuff like that. Every time he seen me, he said, "Charlie," he said, "you're the picture-taker man. Picture-taker man." I said, "Well," I said, "let's see what you guys got, you know." But I hunted a lot of guys like that. That old black dog I had, I told you about.
Yeah.
When I come home like that, I petted her because a lot of them dogs wasn't as good as I thought they'd be. But maybe I was wrong night.
Wrong, yeah.
And there's a lot of dogs that was pretty good too. But yeah, over the years, I mean, been a good ride. You hunted with your dad for a few years there, you know, until you got health issue problems.
Yeah.
And then I remember you load up, I go and pick you guys up, and you'd be sitting in the front seat with us, you know, we go hunting. So,
Yeah.
but it rubbed off on you.
Yeah, it did. Big time.
Big time. I mean, you really got into it. You really liked it. And, but I'm glad, you know, my boys would have done it, but they used to go a little bit.
Yeah.
It didn't rub off on them. Of course, I used to hunt a lot. A lot of guys come around and go hunt with them a lot. And maybe I did the wrong thing by not being a little bit better. Of course, my youngest boy told his mother, he said, "I think Dad likes his dogs better than he does me." So that kind of hurt me, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, like I say, we all get along good now. But the whole deal is, I evidently did more of that than maybe I should have. But that's water over the dam.
Yeah. So you never know.
No,
you
you
could
never
have. Some people do it go every night when they're a kid, and then once, like a good dog dies or something happens, and they just kind of drift away from it. You never know.
No, you don't know. But like I say, I ended up. I still like to go when I go. I mean, like I said, I used to have better dogs. The last good dog I had there, she died a year ago, December the 7th. She was a Grand Night champion. She was PKC champion. And Josh Johnson, he hunted her in the World Hunt in 2014. He got on Friday night. He said if I can get back to back. He won the first round. The second round he didn't. He got split treed. The guy found his coon on this tree, and they couldn't find her coon. It was a den tree.
Yeah.
But if she would have won that in the tree on that, she would have ended up went into the final 4.
Yeah.
But she did good. But as far as competition, I like a lot of people. I know a lot of competition hunters, but like I say, I can't keep up with anybody anymore like that. So.
When you were younger, did you competition hunt quite a bit?
A little bit. Not like a lot of these guys did, but I used to competition. But I wasn't what you call the best handler. When I got a Sandy dog, Schooner River Sandy, but she ended up, she was the type of dog she didn't like to pack. And when I ended up hunted her to hunts like that, these might be 4 dog and cats, maybe 3 of them was in together like that. She'd be over here maybe a quarter mile away or like that and be 3.
Yeah.
Have a coon. Josh Johnson told me, he said, "You're getting too old to do this." You know? I said, eventually he come around one of them. He said, "I need a dog to hunt." So I said, "Take her." But like I say, I made her night champion, but I think Josh, he finished it out the grand. And but she was the type of dog you could tree him around you. But if it couldn't find it, high old silver, she'd be over the next section. But you know, but I had a lot of fun with her. But
Yeah.
at my age right now, I don't need one that goes that hard. I like the dog I got if he'd be more accurate. He'd tree her, you know, you get in the woods, you'll tree it up. But he don't seem like he has as much nose as I like to have in a dog. He'd end up and he goes to the air a lot. He goes to the air a lot. Trees like that. You'll miss like that when you do that like bird dog.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all I got right now. I ain't got much.
If you can narrow it down to a few or one, what's some of your best memories coon hunting?
Friends.
Yeah.
Met a lot of people through this. I mean, it's been really, I wouldn't change anything because, I mean, your dad and I used to hunt quite a bit together when he could, back years ago. Of course, Dad and Ross. Of course, I had Paul Taylor. I hunted him. We had a dog I called Driftwood Casey, and that was obviously a Driftwood Rock dog. I hunted that dog, you know, got him going good, and Paul would hunt him in the hunts.
Yeah.
But the trouble is, Casey, he ended up got mean. You know, he ended up, we hunted him down to Van Wert that one night there. I think it might have been Walker days or something. But anyway, dogs come treating him like that. But he was really talking on like that. Pretty soon I heard less dogs treated. And pretty soon we got there. The only one standing there on the tree was Casey. He had teeth marks in his legs and everything like that. But you couldn't pull him off a tree because that was his.
Yeah.
But the trouble is, that ruined it for me because I used to hunt a lot through the week and get him ready for fall hunting. So it was just seemed like it didn't pan out real good on that kind of thing. Mean dog just don't work out good.
No.
It ain't good. But anyway, like I say, I've had a lot of fun, you know, just get together with guys like that. I hunted and hunts with several of them. But like I say, at my age, I can't keep up with a young guy anymore. Can't do it. Take a Zerello for my AFib, you know, stuff like that. If I get to walk across a section, my heart gets a pounding like crazy. I just stop, relax a little bit, then I get back in rhythm, take off. That's all I can do. My wife don't want me to go hunting by myself anymore. But yeah, it's just been a good ride.
Yeah.
It really has.
Do you have any advice for any young people getting involved?
First thing to end up, a pup is not a real good thing if you ain't got a real old dog to start with.
Yeah.
I don't say stay with an old dog a long time, but it might be good to get him, unless you're an extra good trainer. You know, if you can end up lay drags for it, something like that. You can train dog that way. But I do believe it's good to get him started with an old dog a little bit, and you start seeing that dog pulling over on and start treeing, take the old dog away from him and just start hunting alone.
Yeah.
I think that's the best route to go. It depends on the dog. A lot of dogs, they got potential, a lot of them don't. You know, they'll either make it or they won't. I got one right now, exceptional tree dog. I mean, tree machine, but he just ended up. I don't think he's going to fit the bill. I don't. I never had a dog that wasn't tree slick.
Yeah.
But I don't want a steady diet. One thing about it, it's just like, you know, it's just been a fun sport. I really enjoyed it. Took trips with kids. I went different places, like all these breeders that used to be in the book all the time, advertise their dogs, you know. And I stopped at a lot of guys' houses, went hunting. Ended up coming through Arkansas down there by Little Rock. I called that Harold Trusty. He had House's Tom dog, like the Tom dog. He won the world hunt.
Yeah.
Back in 1976, and I called it to Harold there. I want to know if he's still hunting. He said, "Oh yeah, I want to do it." I said, "Probably wouldn't want to go hunting. It's hot, would you?" "Oh, it's never too hot. It's about 95 degrees at the hotel." I went down, went hunting like that. He's a big farmer. He had these 15-inch well pumping water in the rice fields, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he said, you go in the water, it might be so deep over your, maybe knee high. Some of them, you see something go through the water like it was snakes. And I wasn't too handy with that. He told me, he said the guy come down from Minnesota to hunt with me down like that, seen them snakes. Girl got a shovel out of his truck. He went through there, just killed him on the way to the tree. Nah, I said, I don't think I want to do much of this.
I wouldn't want to hunt
Them
that.
guys down south, they definitely end up, they got a lot of elements to hunt against, I just, around here, we've been lucky.
Yeah.
We don't have that problem.
Just cold, and that's about it.
Yeah. I don't like the cold weather anymore.
Yeah.
He probably don't bother you.
No, it don't bother me at all.
Didn't when I was young either.
Yeah.
Now I end up, I just seem like I can sweat easier than I can freeze. But no, I end up in what you were doing. I think, I've seen several interviews you had like that. We need people like you to do this. It definitely makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of people end up. Coon hunting is really, pleasure hunting is not popular at all. Basically, it is if you want to go out and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
But the guys that's competition hunters, hunting like that, training their dogs like that, and they just, get them going, and the guy sees that if he's really doing a good job, they're trying to buy it from him. Burchell Davis, he's junior. He's sold some pretty high-priced dogs now.
Yeah.
His dog's reproducing.
Yeah, he is.
And I'm glad for him because he ended up. I told him I was proud of him because I've known him ever since he was a kid.
Yeah.
And I end up like to see in our area have somebody like that instead of end up, going down to Kentucky or Tennessee or Timbuktu to go check your dog out. He's got a good dog, no doubt about it. He's reproducing.
Yeah.
But like I say, you're still squirrel hunting, are you?
Yeah.
You got squirrel dogs.
Yep. Not as much this time of year just because there's so many deer hunters. I wait till it's end of December, into January, then I start going more.
One thing about it definitely ends up, I got where I live, squirrels everywhere.
Yeah.
Pretty thick. But like I say, I end up I don't hunt like I used to. I do little deer hunting. I'm back right where the deer is at. I live in the woods.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of that. The coon hunting part of it, I do nothing like I used to.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
So you want to start off by introducing yourself?
I'm Dan Pesifal.
At what age did you start coon hunting?
My uncle took me coon hunting when I was probably 10 or 11.
Okay. And who got you into it?
My uncle.
Your uncle did?
Yep, my Uncle Bruce.
What dogs did you start with?
Walker dogs.
Walker. And that's what you got still?
I got Walker dogs now, but I hunted English dogs for probably 15 years.
Okay.
Yep, but I'm hunting Walkers now.
Mostly pleasure hunt, competition hunt, or?
I used to get into the competition hunting a little bit, but the older I get, I just like the pleasure hunt.
Yeah.
Just like to enjoy listening to the dogs.
It's a hard question, but can you narrow down some of your favorite memories coon hunting?
Oh, I guess probably the first memory was the first time I went coon hunting. And when I heard a dog locate on a tree, I knew that's something I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I mean, it's addicting. But probably the best memory I had coon hunting was Super Stakes. I had a dog that finished in the top 9 that I bred, trained, and had some success in the competition world.
What dog was that?
I called him Toby.
Okay.
He was out. His mama was an English dog and his daddy was a Walker.
Okay.
Yep.
So you own both the sire and the dam?
I owned the mother, and she was an English dog, and I bred her up, and I bred her to a dog called Johnson's Delta Rebel that Robert Johnson.
Okay. Yeah. That's a pretty good dog.
Oh yeah.
Are you hunting tonight?
No, I'm not. I just come over to visit.
All right. Just wondering. There's a lot of younger people that watch my stuff. Do you have any advice for younger generations getting into it?
Well, I got some advice for the older generation. Take the time and hunt. Let the youth hunt and see the woods and enjoy the outdoors. It's kind of a lost art. Even if you don't coon hunt, get outside and enjoy the woods, enjoy Mother Nature. the best thing for a kid. Take a kid hunting.
What about people just getting into training dogs? Do you have any advice for, say you get just like a puppy, like a young, like not messed with dog, just start from scratch?
My best advice would be to spend as much time with it as you possibly can. The more time you spend with your animal, whether it's a dog or a horse or whatever, the more time you spend with it, the more success you will have. And when I was young, getting into the competition world, I had a guy give me some advice, and I've always tried to stick with that and pass it on down. He told me to find a guy that's having success and get involved with what he's doing in the line of dogs that he's hunting. And that guy is Chuck Smearsaw.
Yeah.
Great guy.
His name, I haven't had a chance to do an interview or get with him yet, but his name has been brought up quite a bit.
You need to talk to him. He's a great guy. Yep.
You got anything dogs going right now?
Yeah, I got a couple. I got a pair of young dogs that I bought from Fred Bodenberg. I got a male and a female that I'm liking. They're coming around pretty nice. So, we'll see.
Is there anything you'd like to add, or?
Not at this point. Maybe just make sure you take a kid hunting.
Yeah.
Let them out. Let them enjoy the outdoors. But other than that,
okay.
Frog out, just because he's used to him.
Oh yeah.
And this one's out of Frogger, and who else?
This is out of Scott Morris's Montana female.
Okay.
This is Fame.
How old?
He's about 21 months old.
What dog is this?
It's Turbo.
He's out of Frogger and
Montana.
Montana too.
Yeah.
So is he litter mates of that Fame dog that Birchel's got in the
Yeah,
box?
Fame, Final Four, Felon. Bill had one. Funk got killed on the road.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Pretty good litter.
That dog's me.
Mine's vicious too. Yeah.
You ready?
I'll turn wherever you want, bro.
Ready? Yep.
There's just a hair over now.
Yeah.
Before we get struck in, do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Scott Morris.
Is this your first Frogger dog you've had?
No, I've had several.
Several?
Yeah, out of several litters.
What do you think of them so far?
I love them.
What's your favorite quality about them?
Have coons when they tree.
That's my favorite quality too.
Yeah.
And you guys have met him before, but you want to introduce yourself in case there's someone new?
Yep, I'm Chuck Adkins. I'm hunting Chad Showwater's calf female.
Okay.
What happened? What did you do? Good girl.
Get on there, buddy.
One tree apart.
Chad show walrus.
Then you get another split one.
Is he in there with us? I can really tell.
Yep, mine is too.
What's wrong, Clayton? Good job, buddy.
Yep, there you go. When them pups get treated like that out of the middle.
That was pretty good representation of
The craziest guy I ever hunted with in my life.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Nice thing about
Who you hunting, Chad?
Sassy. Out of Frog Room Lady.
Ready? Yep, stand them.
How far are they from here?
800 where mine's at. I love it when they come wooded like that, Birchall.
Outstanding mount though.
Is that famed Birchall?
Yeah.
Yeah, his locate's ridiculous. I mean, Sassy's got a good locate, right? But that's ridiculous.
I'll be honest with you, he sounds better the further away he is.
Is it that 5-month-old pup?
Yeah, he might have turned 6 months this week. Poker, come here. Not a bad mouth for 6 months old, huh? I think he just turned 6 months old a couple of days ago.
I'd be willing to bet that's probably the best mouth on a dog younger than a year old I've ever heard.
That old pup thinks he's got him.
Mm-hmm. I hope you're all enjoying this video, and now it's time for the portion I promised from the beginning, which is a gift to the older generations. And what I decided to do as a gift to the older generations is reach out to people on my social media platforms. Because since I've started doing this, I've had literally thousands of people reach out to me saying they've either got into coon hunting or got back involved with coon hunting since watching my videos and seeing my pictures. So I asked my audience to share with us pictures of them and their kids out in the woods doing what they love. So I want to share with the older generations what their hard work did, and that the future of what we love is in good hands. And thank you all again, and I wish you a Merry Christmas, and I hope you enjoy this.
Bye.